Hey guys, welcome back to another video response video, this time around to Ben, aka TRexSpaceStation here on YouTube, a channel that I found through another friend of mine here, Kit171. And basically what Ben does is every now and then he has open videos or videos open to the community as far as doing video responses with questions relating to your game collection. And I believe this is video or his question video number 8. So I decided to jump in because the questions were pretty interesting. So I will be leaving links to his channel and his video in case you guys want to join in as well. But without further ado, let's just go through his 5 questions here. And the first question is the last game you bought. No surprises here. The game is running on the background. And it's none other than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. For those of you that have been following my channel, I'm a huge fan of Mario Kart 8 on the Nintendo Wii U. In fact, that game was my favorite game of 2014 when it came out. So it was only natural that I was excited for this game, even though most of the content is the same. But this game presents the all-new battle mode and slightly improvements in the graphics and whatnot. But if you guys loved Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, you know exactly what to expect. And in my opinion, this is the best Mario Kart game ever made. And it's so much fun that I had to get it on day one to play it online with friends and just to go through the game again. It's just a joy having all the DLC content available from the get-go. It's another big plus. So if you guys have a Nintendo Switch or a Nintendo Wii U, Mario Kart 8 is a must-have in my opinion. So very happy to have bought this game on day one. It's really fun. Now the second question is a game with collectibles. And before I give my answer, one thing that I really like about Ben's questions is that his questions are not necessarily what is your favorite game with collectibles or what is your least favorite game with collectibles. He gives you that I guess that open answer type of nature where you can just pick any game in your collection that you want to talk about at the moment. And the game that I decided to talk about as far as collectibles is none other than, in my opinion, the biggest collectathon type of game ever made. And I'm talking about Donkey Kong 64, which if some of you guys want to correct me, I believe this is probably the most excruciating type of collectible type of game, because there were just so many things to collect, and on top of that, you had the ability to switch between 5 characters, and you had to collect different types of coins and bananas. They were all color coded for each character. So even though the game was pretty well designed, it was the graphics were amazing. It was very colorful. In my opinion, the collectibles polluted the levels because there were just so many things that were polluting the visuals of the game, which was a shame. So I'm not a big fan of Donkey Kong 64. I said that many times in my channel. I know some people really enjoy this game, but for me this game takes collectibles to the next level, to the point where it's almost a chore, and just like I said, the graphics were basically, or the levels were just polluted with things to collect, and it was very hard to keep track of everything you were doing. So Donkey Kong 64, in my opinion, the best definition of collectibles out there, and the game that I really wanted to touch base upon. So question number 3 on RPG in your collection. I decided to go with a Wii JRPG that it's often I guess overlooked, because when we talk about the Wii, the first RPG that comes to mind is Xenoblade Chronicles. But I decided to go with another Operation Rainfall game for us here in North America. And I know there's a lot of glare, and I apologize, but this is The Last Story, which is a pretty decent JRPG, by no means the best or in the same level as Xenoblade Chronicles or Final Fantasy VII or Chrono Trigger or those masterpieces of RPGs out there. But I thought it was a very enjoyable game with a very interesting story that had I guess like a love background between the 2 characters. Some people thought it was a little bit cliche, but I really enjoyed the game. It had a very weird battle system where you were free to move or roam, but you were also able to take cover and have some strategy elements within the battle system. So in my opinion, it's a game worth checking out. And of course, it was directed by Sakaguchi, which he was involved in several Final Fantasy games and the Chrono Trigger, and the music is fantastic by Nobu Uematsu. So great soundtrack and a decent story and a decent gameplay and combat system. Not the best RPG, but worth checking out in my opinion if you have a Nintendo Wii. Question number 4, a game with a sea in it. A sea as in, you know, body of water. And me being a huge Legend of Zelda fan, I was going to mention the Wind Waker, but I decided to go with a different route. The Wind Waker, I'm sure it's like a very easy answer for a lot of you guys out there. But I decided to go with this game right here, which is Steel Diver for the Nintendo 3DS. A game in which you control submarines, and it's a very fun game. I know this game got a lot of criticism when it got released, because people were saying, how come it's a full priced game, or you know, this game should have been an eShop game. But I really enjoyed the game for what it's worth. The game is pretty short. I think it only has like 7 levels or something like that. But you can unlock different types of submarines and weapons and things like that. And I thought it was a pretty cool concept. You basically use the bottom screen of your Nintendo 3DS to like control the height and the pitch of your submarine. And again, it was a pretty fun game and pretty challenging at times. So definitely Steel Diver is one of those games that you can get it for really cheap nowadays. So I highly recommend this if you have a Nintendo 3DS and just want to experience something sort of unique, because I don't think there's many games like this out there on any game systems. So Steel Diver, a pretty cool choice in my opinion for the Nintendo 3DS. And the last question, number 5, let me check here, is a anthology or game collection type of game. And I decided to go with what I consider one of the best game anthologies released probably of all time. And I really wanted to show this game right here in case some of you guys don't have it, or just to try and sell you guys on this fantastic game. And of course, I'm talking about Rare Replay, which is for the Xbox One. Unfortunately, Microsoft now owns Rare, so this game only is out for the Xbox One. It would have been nice if this game was a multi-console or a multi release, so that other people can enjoy this. Because I do get the feeling that a lot of younger people, especially, they missed out on the best games by Rare, which in my opinion are around the Super Nintendo / Nintendo 64 era. So this is for its value, it's a fantastic proposition here. It has, I believe, over 30 games. Yeah, 30 games in one disc. The games range from their very early arcade releases all the way to the Xbox 360. With games like Viva Pinata and the Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, or whatever it was called. And then it has like a lot of their early releases as well. And of course it has a lot of the Nintendo 64 classics such as Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Perfect Dark and whatnot. So a very well put together anthology, and it comes with like bonus content, like videos on how they made the like almost like a documentary, just talking about the different games that Rare developed throughout the years. And the presentation and everything is really nice. So if you guys have an Xbox One, and if you guys haven't really explored a Rare, I highly recommend that you play or that you purchase this game right here, because it has 30 games, and this game is dirt cheap nowadays. So you cannot go wrong with this. I'm sure you will find a game that you enjoyed out of the 30 games that are included here. So that's it for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and once again, I'll be leaving links down in the bottom for you guys to check out the original video. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all later.